TV8, this is a breaking news alert.
This is very difficult to have happen in this community at this moment of celebration.
We just heard a whole bunch of pops, and she looked out the window and saw a whole bunch of kids running.
It was like, like it was crazy.
A terrifying night at a high school graduation ceremony. Just moments after students were handed their degrees, shooters in 2 cars opened fire.
A teenager and a 40-year-old woman both hit. They are alive tonight. Now the search is on for the gunman responsible. Thank you for staying with our continuing coverage here on News 8 at 11. I'm Susan Shaw.
And I'm Michelle DeSelms. It's all unfolded tonight in the parking lot of East Kentwood High School. We've had multiple crews on scene all evening. Our team coverage starts tonight with News 8's Byron Tollefson, who has been staying in touch with the sheriff tonight. Byron, what's the latest?
It is a difficult night for this community after 2 people were shot near a graduation ceremony in Kentwood this evening. The 2 victims are both in stable condition at local hospitals tonight. The graduation ceremony was taking place for Crossroads Alternative High School, and nearby in the parking lot, the Kent County Sheriff says people in 2 white cars started shooting at each other. 2 people were hit. The sheriff says they appear to have been innocent bystanders there at the time. The suspects drove off, and police are actively looking for them tonight. A 16-year-old from Texas visiting family at the graduation ceremony was shot in the wrist. A 40-year-old woman from Grand Rapids was shot in the abdomen and wrist. The sheriff says her injuries are more serious. It is unclear how many people were involved in the shooting. The sheriff says multiple people got in the vehicles before they drove off. Police have seen more drive-by shootings in the area recently. It appears this happened again tonight, resulting in 2 innocent victims being shot. Sheriff, this community has had a rash of violence recently. We had 2 homicides last weekend, 3 homicides this month, and a number of shootings. For a community struggling with this surge in violence recently, what would your message be?
I'm certainly concerned about the surge in violence, and again, I'll go back to communities keep communities safe. We have to work together to bring these cases to resolution. We have to know that it's up to each person in this community to keep each other safe.
60 people were at that graduation ceremony, and even more were in the auditorium for a middle school concert. As many people struggle to deal with what happened tonight, here is the sheriff's message for the community.
When we have an event like this happen, our whole community suffers. It's not just the individual who happened to be on that spot at that time who witnessed it. It's everybody who hears about it, everybody who then believes their community is less safe tonight than it was last night. So that's why it's an entire community's need to step forward, work together, and make sure these cases, this case and all of these cases, get brought to resolution.
The sheriff's office intends to have an update on this tomorrow. Deputies are combing through video at the moment. Apparently, the school camera had captured video of the shooting. In Kentwood, Byron Tollefson, News 8.
Byron, thanks for that tonight. We're also getting reaction from people who were in the area when those shots rang out.
News 8's Jacqueline Francis continues our team coverage tonight.
Sue and Michelle, we're on the north side of campus just off of 60th Street. It's been closed off. The school has behind me for hours now by police. And it was right here a couple hours ago that we started talking with a man who was driving by the area. When he heard gunshots, he pulled over only to realize that his aunt and his cousin were inside, his cousin graduating, his aunt in the audience. He then also realized that he too was a Crossroads graduate, graduating at a ceremony just like this one just a few years ago. Here's what he had to say. Did you hear any gunfire?
Yeah, I heard a few.
What did it sound like?
Man, it sounded like they was, whoever they was trying to get, they was trying to get him.
Like, how quickly were they going off? What did it sound like?
It was like, like it was crazy.
And you heard this from your car?
Yeah, right there. I was driving right up there. I stopped. Yeah.
you pull over, and then you realize, tell me, like, then you made the realization that this was your high school.
Yeah, I'm seeing, I could see from a distance, like, safety. They trying to get people, like, put away and all type of shit. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
So when you heard the shots, was there some time before police got here?
I mean, they got there, they got there in like 5-10 minutes, but when they got there, they all got there.
When did you realize that this was your alma mater, that the ceremony was for?
Man, I went on Facebook and seen somebody had posted that it was Crossroads graduation today. Then I went to my assistant principal page, and he had posted it as well. So I'm like, man, they must have shot up the graduation, man. It's crazy.
Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker has been on scene throughout the night talking with witnesses. He spoke to one woman who lives near the school. She heard the gunshots and then saw people running.
We were eating dinner and we just heard a whole bunch of pops, and she looked out the window and saw a whole bunch of kids running.
Is there any screaming? What are you hearing?
We didn't hear any screams, just a whole bunch of people running.
Yeah, there were just kids running like that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are kids running. How many gunshots do you figure you heard?
It was more than 10, for sure. It just sounded like rapid knocking.
Police remain on scene. We are still waiting to learn whether this investigation may impact the school day here at East Kentwood High tomorrow.
Okay, Jacqueline, thank you for the live coverage. Kentwood Public Schools Superintendent Kevin Polston sent us a statement tonight after the shooting, saying in part, quote, "When violence occurs within our community, it is both troubling and tragic. We remain committed to the health and safety of our community and will provide support and counseling to any students that need assistance," end quote. Our team of reporters will continue to stay on top of this story. Make sure and join us live for the latest tomorrow morning on Daybreak from 4:30 to 7.